I am here with Bertha Boykin Todd, a retired school administrator, author, and so much more. I'm excited to meet you. I've heard so many great things about you.
Well, I've read all about you too, Amanda.
Oh, good things,
yes.
I hope.
Yeah, they were.
Well, who else to close out Black History Month than with, I would say, a legend. You've been around this area for so long and impacted so many people. 90 years old.
Next month.
Next month. So 89 and a half, right?
Yes.
Almost 90. Talk a little bit about what it was like growing up here back in the day and in your shoes and some of the memories you have.
Well, I wasn't born here. I came here from Durham, North Carolina,
My hometown.
to work for the Board of Education. But I grew up in Sampson County. My father was the principal of a comprehensive high school, and my mother was a third grade teacher. They met at Fayetteville State Normal at that time. Now it's Fayetteville State University.
Those education's in your blood. And
Yes,
then you
it
come
is.
here as an educator, and then what did you immediately see? Because you were here during the desegregation. What was that like?
Well, first I was shocked when I came here because I found many blacks who would not look white straight in the face. And I wondered, why? What is wrong? They seemed as if they were afraid of each other. And actually, I didn't learn until later, after I retired, that there was a profound residual effect regarding 1898 and the massacre that occurred then. I did not know it during the whole time I worked, first at Williston as a media specialist, and then at Hoggett High School for 17 years in administration.
When you're going from Williston, which was an all-black school, and then you're going over to Hoggard, what was that like walking into there in those shoes with your skin?
It was devastating, really, because no training had been given to the teachers. No training had been given to the students. We weren't really prepared for school desegregation. And that's because the Board of Education made that decision around the last of July or the 1st of August. And I knew there would be some students who would not want me to help them, but there would be many others who wouldn't mind the color of my skin and appreciate the knowledge that I had.
Any stories or anything that sticks out in your mind that you remember in that time that you think of even now at 89 and a half, going into 90, anything you think of?
Yes, I remember distinctly many white students coming to the library. And of course, my coworker only had about 3 years of experience. I had 15 years of experience. She did not know the library as well as I did. So we decided that she would sit in the office and I would remain on the floor to help the students. And I can see now, as they would come to the door, they would see me on the floor and they would come up reluctantly, but I would give them a smile and simply ask if I could help them. And of course, they were happy to hear that because the teachers really gave them various academic excellence assignments.
Right.
And they would come in as if they said, well, what am I going to do? I would take them by the arm, see what they had for an assignment, and then explain the steps they would take in order to complete that assignment. So the reputation got around that I knew what I knew.
And you knew what you were doing?
Yes.
When you look at, you mentioned 1898 and you talked a little bit about how that later, you learned about it later. Is that why you led to helping to establish the 1898 Memorial Park? Is that where that desire came from?
No. When I came here and the Klan met in the McCray Park, I had a white male coworker whom I would send, and he volunteered to go to meet with the Klan so that I would know what they were talking about. Well, he came back and reported to me and said that some of the Klan members said they better not want another massacre for 1898. In other words, school desegregation brought about the old wounds that had occurred in 1898. And as a result of that, I learned why the black parents were frightened. They knew about it. Blacks talked among blacks about it, and whites talked among whites. And consequently, they never talked across the board.
How important was putting up that, for that park to be there and to have that symbol there?
We wanted to show the world, those who could not see the park, those who had not worked 13 years of activities, programs, and research, to show that this wound has been addressed. This wound had to be lanced, and now we're going to heal in an evolutionary sort of way.
Going forward, what would you like to say to the young people, to my generation, to my parents' generation? I mean, you have so much wisdom. What would you like to say to everyone as we move forward with Black History Month and beyond?
Amanda, I would like to say to everyone, young, old, regardless of the color, and we have one race, the human race. I'd like to say this to the members of the human race. Getting along is a goal that should be for every human being. It's an eternal responsibility. And if we feel good about ourselves, then we can treat others in a nice, positive way. And it's an evolutionary process. I'd like to see us realize that this is a member of the human race whom I must respect, or I should respect. And we need to know our history so that we can move forward and learn more about our brothers and sisters.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. The book, My Restless Journey, you said you have a few copies left, so I'm going to hold on to mine.
That would be fine.
Thank you so much. Bertha Boykin Todd stopping by and ending our Black History Month celebration. Thank you so much for coming by.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.